Yes, Abum His Royal Highness Sarki Abubakar Yusuf Sambo, Sarki Hausa, Enugu State. That is onye Ndugu, non-Enugu State. Governor Nike Nkechukwu Nyemo, Senior Special Assistant on Special Duty. Kambia Solo.
I was not smiling.
Appoints Nancy Ugu, PTDC, Governor Enugu State, Abronye, Neme, KBC, K religion again. Oh, yeah, a true Nigeria call. Enugu Bakamu, one of my books on Enugu State, about my state, and the governor, Egusigum, yes, na on Enugu Abro in vain. Opotagum Kansulia Obele Amamihe Chukunyem Kango Sikuya, so that Nigeria one unity and development in Enugu.
So I see that the appointment of Sarkin Alhaji Abubakar Yusuf Sambo, Sarkin Hausa of Enugu State, is causing some ripple on social media. I've seen some people saying a lot of things. Why would Peter Mba appoint a Hausa man in his cabinet as a special assistant on special duties? And I'm saying that why wouldn't he get him appointed? On what basis shouldn't Peter Mba appoint him as special assistant on special duties? It is his prerogative. He can hire and fire whenever he wants to. Now, I'm not going to even say that based on the arrogance that I started this video with, but let me just tell you why it is important that this appointment cut across. And I'll also give you an example of appointment made across Nigeria. What am I even saying? Recently, Peter Mba also appointed the MD of the ESBS. Many people were shouting, screaming, oh, this man is giving our jobs to Yorubas. What kind of thing is that? Can't he find somebody within the state or even within the Alibo that can head that particular position? Actually, there are people who are very, very competent who can head ESBS. The Akere Dolu shouldn't have taken that position. But again, it is his prerogative. It is his choice. And like it or leave it, the person in question is also competent. Aside the channel TV that he worked at, he also worked in that capacity that he's handling now in one of those southwest states. I think it's either Oshun or Ogun, as MD of their state-owned media organization. And you can't take it away from him. He has been appointing people who are competent in their duties. Take a look at people who are in his cabinet. Which person you would say that he isn't doing their jobs to the best of their abilities? Which one? So I think we should cut him some slack when it comes to appointment, because it is his prerogative. And he is someone who is non-tribalistic. If he sees that you are good with your job, he can harness you into helping him grow his economy or helping him grow his government. Why not? No matter where you are. May I also inform you that there's somebody who is a foreigner who is even in his cabinet. I think somebody in the water department, so whether he's personal assistant or special assistant in water, is in his cabinet. He's not a Nigerian, he's a foreigner. And several others like that. So, and the person who I interviewed on our channel, one lady like that, she's Lagos based, but she's appointed as senior special assistant to him on is it tax revenue or something, I know a few, like, I'm not that close to this government, but I know a few persons. I know how I want to get my information if I really want to get my information. So these things about appointment and tribalism is something that we should kill. Now, let me give you an example. Lagos State has appointed loads of Igbos. It is just unfortunate that the recent election, which is 2023 election, pit us against each other. So much so that it became so tiring, so devastating. In fact, at some point, I was beginning to see Nigeria in totally different light. But 2023 elections was actually more tribalistic than ever. We see Hausas going against Fulanis, we see Igbos going against Yorubas, just because of election. Fleeting position, a position that will not be there forever. But that's the truth. You're president for 4 years at most, 8 years. Governor for 4 years at most, 8 years, and life continues. What will be that thing, that legacy they would say, oh, you have left behind, so that people can learn from, to teach from, to actually say, okay, this template was used by this person to build our nation. And beyond building a nation is not just constructing roads and building bridges and creating jobs. It's also about seeing each other as humans first, before even tribe, before even location, before even my name, before even your name. What I think we should be asking is, why did Peter Mba even employ a Hausa man as a special assistant on special duties? Why? Ask yourself that. Because as sociologists, for those of you who don't even know, I did my first degree in sociology. I also went ahead to do a master's in mass communications. I have done several programs, frankly speaking. Some trainings that, related to mass media and communications infrastructure. So there are a whole lot of things that I have done, but I just wanted to put this out. Why do you think Peter Mba employed somebody like that? That's what I thought that we should be asking. Not why would he employ somebody? Why would he employ the Hausa man? Ask, what is his competence? What is the import of his duty to the government? What is his importance in the scheme of things right now? And the only thing that came to my mind, remember, all this analysis I'm doing is not that I got this analysis from a government person, or I'm hearing from a government person before I give my analysis. I give my analysis spot on, like out of my head. Like I said, the government is not giving me a dime to do any of this thing. And by the way, I don't even see this as to doing any work. Now, the Hausa man, the Hausa guy that they employed, His Royal Highness. Do you remember that Enugu is facing a problem of farmers' headers clash? Do you know that? We know everybody has been complaining that this government is becoming incompetent. If your people are not secured, that means you have done nothing. All these things you are doing is nothing. If your people are not secured, if people cannot go to the farm. And there are several approaches that this particular government has been putting in place. One of them is the ranch. The ranch that he has built. If you go to Hamufu, there's a huge ranch that is there. They call it Farm Produce City, and that Farm Produce City, because it's now owned by a PPP, public-private partnership. I mean, you can't have, and security is there 24 hours. You can't have, any cattle rearer or if any man go there to say they want to go and graze anything. So that one is off the track. Now, this guy is a special assistant on special duties. As soon as I saw that, I just laughed. I said, okay, this guy wants to do carrot and stick approach. So he knows them. This guy speaks Fufude. He speaks Hausa, like you have heard. He also speaks Igbo. I'm going to play his video for you so that you know what I'm talking about. He speaks Igbo very fluent, and you can tell that it's somebody that has lived in this city, in this Enugu, for a long time. I mean, for somebody who has lived for that long to be able to speak this Igbo the way he's speaking it, you could tell that this guy has not just lived in Enugu, but has imbibed the culture and the tradition of the people. Now, what does he help us do? He could help us to mediate with this Fulani headers who are coming into our state to scare away our farmers, who are coming into our state to fight people. Yes, you could say there are isolated issues in Ahamufu, in Nimbo, in other towns where we have farmers headers issues. Yeah, but this guy can assist us in talking to a few of them who he knows that can assist in quelling these issues within our territory. Dialogue, like they say, is very important in everything that we do in resolving matters like this. Aside, the forest guards that the presidency is looking to get on board, because he's also looking to get the governors involved in employing more than 100,000 forest guards to be able to, guard our forests, and so that we can actually be able to be sane. We'll know that we're safe in whatever it is that we're doing. So this that they're going to work under the supervision of the army and the Nigerian police, so that we can have something. So beyond that, there's also a stick carrot approach that the government is also looking to use. Who knows? This guy knows people within the ranks of the Fulani herders who he can communicate with to ask his people to stop this killing, or to completely take them out of our terrain. Let them go to Benue, let them go to Kogi, and there are no settlements for Fulanis anywhere around that axis. Who knows? So, and I think if for anything, Peter Mbad does not employ people or does not waste monies on some things that will not give him results. Who knows? Maybe he's getting this guy, to act as a mediator in making sure that this farmers herders clash is nipped in the bud completely. Who knows? So sometimes you ask about the competence of the person who they have been appointed, not where they came from, who they are, why did they employ a Hausa man, why did they employ an Igbo man. And by the way, even in Hausa land, go and check, there are people, Igbos, who are members of cabinets, special assistants. In Lagos, there are people who are Igbos who won election even as Igbo men. Yes, they won election in their domain. In Rivers, just name it. In Kano, in as far as Kano State, in Katsina, in Bauchi, there are Igbos who are around the governor. Does that make it any different here? And those people play a role, and that no Igbo man will be anywhere where he doesn't deliver value. And that's likewise, no Hausa man will be anywhere where he doesn't deliver value. And so when people are appointed, rather than think of where they came from, who they are, why somebody is coming to take away our appointment, all those nonsense, you misplace the entire thing. Now, so where that post was actually made, there was somebody, Kingshare Cynthia. She dropped a comment that was quite disheartening. It says, quote, "You're shouting, let's drop tribalism. Ask yourself first, would they do the same for you? Trying to impress these people just to prove any point is the biggest mistake anyone can make. Their hate for us is real, and the best way to dine with the devil is keeping him at arm's length." Now, I think so many persons, replied him. One Malam Kabir says, "Stop saying what you don't know. In my state, Kaduna, we have Ezendibo. We also have Mr. Fabian Okoye, Special Advisor on Research, Documentation and Strategy. Mrs. Maureen Ikoku is Senior Special Assistant in Kano. We have 2 Igbo as Senior Special Assistants. The biggest hotel in Zaria is owned by an Igbo man. Supermarkets, spare parts markets, and other living peaceful, and they are living peaceful in the north." Big Bar 1234 says, "I'm replying you because of your question. If they would do the same to you." Governor Abba of Kano appointed Chief Chukuma Innocent Ubu as Special Advisor and Igbo man. Southeasterners residents in Sabongeri, Kano State were given federal appointment and pensionable appointment by the Fage Local Government National Assembly member. Gombe State Governor appointed of Prince Chidebelu Cornelius Ewuzie as Special Advisor on Inter-Community Relations, an Igbo man. These Hausa people, they do these things to the Igbos. No be today. You can use your Google and fact check me. So there are so many of them who replied her stating that these guys hate us. Look, the hate has always come from the political elites. Because when they plant these things, we tend to say that is how it is. I know there were issues in our history that makes us believe that the hate has always been there. But with this new generation, we can heal whatever it is that is remaining of us. Because if we don't, this hate will continue ceaselessly, and it will become an albatross it becomes a clog in the wheel of our development. You know, why would I see an Hausa man and hate him? Why would I see a Fulani man and hate him? Why? What for? On what basis will I do that? Or like, is he not a human being? Why am I hating on him? You know, what did he do to me? Why would I see a Yoruba man and hate him? Why would I see a Yoruba demon and hate him? What for? What did he do to me? And I think that some of these hateful thinking and hateful speeches are spiraled and heated up by our leaders. And until we call out these leaders and dissociate ourselves from them, we wouldn't have any headway. So I thought to drop my thoughts on this matter. It's very important that we do this because, again, like it or live it, we have just one nation, and that one nation is Nigeria. And we must build our nation not just on roads and on all of these infrastructure, physical infrastructure. We could also build our nation on something intangible as ethnicity and, of course, our shared ethnicity and our shared values for all to live peacefully. Thank you guys for watching. I truly appreciate it. See you on the next one.
Yes, His Royal Highness Sarki Abubakar Yusuf Sambo, Sarki Hausa, Enugu State. That is Onyendu Ndugu, non-Enugu State. Governor Nike Nkechukwu, Senior Special Assistant on Special Duty. Kambia Solo.
I was not smiling.
Governor Enugu State. Abronye neme KBC ke religion dagi. Onye a true Nigeria ko. Enugu eba kamu. Amara my zona go Enugu State. About my state and the governor. Egosigom yes. Na onono Enugu abro in vain. Opotagum cancel ya obele amamihe chukunyem kango siku ya so that na one unity and development in